Morning, teacher.
Good morning, Anna, and good morning, anybody at Verbling. uh, Hi, I'm Teacher Oakley. Welcome to Verbling. Sorry about the little bit of a late start. Unfortunately, Verbling left me with no way to get in the class today. Little temporary glitch, I guess. I hope temporary. In any case, I am here now. And we're going to have a class in our class in our series of collocations classes. Collocations, of course, are groups of words or phrases that are commonly spoken in conversational English. Some are less formal and some are more formal. We'll look at that degree of formality as we go along. Today's topic is housing. Apartments, buildings, where you live. You live in an igloo? Do you live in a bus down by the river? Okay, we're talking about housing and where you live. Okay, we are going to do some reading and look at the collocations, which will be highlighted in bold print. We'll take turns, and we'll discuss these collocations as we go, and hopefully, if we have time, maybe do some exercises. Okay, also, Mustafa has joined us. Hi, Mustafa.
Teacher, good to see you again.
Hi. And also, I'm sorry, what is your name? Hello, you with your picture there. Hi, what's your name? Young lady who has joined the class? Yes.
Hi. My name's
Hi.
Christina.
Christina. Thank you, Christina.
Yes.
Hi, Christina. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Okay. Mildly annoyed at this point in time. Not with you, Christina. I couldn't find. I couldn't. There was no button for me to open the class, so I'm a little. You know, you guys are waiting, and I have no way to get in the class. I was a little frustrated. But okay, that's over now. Let's proceed with our lesson. I'm going to do a screen share. We're going to look at. Basically, we're looking at notices on a bulletin board. That you might see, for example, in a university or something. This is very common practice, at least in Western countries, to put notices about possible accommodations, houses for rent, apartments need a roommate, these kinds of things on a bulletin board somewhere in the university, so students can find a place to live. We're going to look at some examples. Anna, can you read the first one here?
Okay. Shortlet accommodation available near university, rooms and studio flats. Telephone 899-544.
Okay, nice. With the phone number there. All right, what does shortlet mean?
Shortlet maybe when you going to stay by a short period of time.
Yeah. Okay. This is very strange. This word "let." Okay. You will see this in advertisements, possibly in a real estate advertisement, possibly like this on a bulletin board as a notice. Room for let, you may see. I have never in my life heard somebody use this word in a conversation. I don't know, I can't imagine why you would. It actually, and I don't know why we actually use it at all, frankly, because it's only written and it basically means rent. Short rental accommodation is what this means. So yeah, a short period of time you can rent these accommodations. Various places where you may live is your accommodation. So yeah, in advertisements you may see room for let, but no one ever speaks it. It's a pretty common collocation for written, but basically impossible for spoken. I rented a room. You're not going to say I let a room. You disagree, Anna. Maybe Brits use it. I don't know. Maybe it's my American self. Anna?
Yes, teacher. No. I agree.
Oh, I thought you said I thought you were sending me a message. You can't agree. It could be that I'm an American, and maybe Brits actually use this in conversational English, but Americans do not. Okay, Anna. Anyway, let's leave that one alone. Stop beating a dead horse here. Studio flats. What's a studio flat?
Studio flats is, I suppose, a single room plus a bathroom.
Exactly.
In the same room, to can have, or I mean, the single room must function as the kitchen,
Yeah, as a kitchen, living room, bedroom, sitting room, library, den.
all kind of things.
Yeah.
Maybe a studio flat could be around 30 meters square, more or less, I suppose.
Maybe, yeah. Size is relative. You had the definition exactly. One room plus a bathroom usually. Okay. What does it mean, studio with a loft? What's a loft? Do you know?
I know this word, but I don't understand very clearly what does loft mean, because I don't think this could be a small flat. I don't know.
No, you could have a studio with a loft. They're fairly common in the United States anyway. It's one big room, but you have maybe even a ladder or a short staircase that has another level. Like a studio could have a very high roof, all right? But then you climb up a ladder and there's like a regular sized roof in the place for you to sleep. Usually the loft is just a space directly under the roof. Well, there you go, Mustafa. Directly under the roof of the house.
Yes.
Which can be used usually either to sleep or to store stuff.
Yeah.
Not an attic, it's open and part of the one big room that's the studio.
Yes, in this case, in Spain, this word is not used properly because anyone say I have a loft. A loft is very common in Spain to say I have a loft. I don't understand, but they refer like a flat. Like a flat.
Apartment.
Yes,
Okay.
so it's not used properly, this word.
Oh, yeah, okay. I see. I think sometimes I've heard English speakers, Americans, do the same thing. They have a studio with a loft, but they call it a loft, which it really doesn't make sense, honestly.
Yeah.
Also, quick note, of course, flat, very much British. Anna, Americans say, of course, instead of flat, Americans don't use the word flat.
Studio apartment, maybe?
Yeah. Nope. we call it an apartment. Period. Americans never say I rented a new flat. We say I rented a new apartment. They just like using lorry for Brits and truck for Americans. Americans never call it a lorry. It's a truck. Americans never call it a flat. It's a house. We never call it a lift. It's an elevator, like that. Okay. Next one here, Mustafa, the top notice or bulletin.
Okay. Okay. Are you looking to move into a flat or house next year? The Harmer Agency has a wide range of suitable accommodation. Call us on 444-6677.
Yeah, you guys really don't have to read the telephone numbers. It's okay. Okay. Anyway, what is this question here? Do you know what type of question that is, Mustafa? Why are they starting with a question? Do you know what that's called?
No.
Okay, it's a rhetorical question. Nobody expects you to answer it. It's written, it's posted in a public area. It's a rhetorical question. It's a question that doesn't really expect an answer. Okay. Yeah, okay, you move into, all right, that's the verb or phrasal verb that you use. I moved into a new house. I moved into a new flat. Fine. Pretty straightforward. Suitable accommodation. All right, just a strong co-location. Meaning it works. It's satisfactory. It's suitable. Pretty basic.
What confused me, teacher, sorry. What confused me a lot, Harmer Agency, is that a name or what?
Yeah. I'm sorry. The Harmer Agency is the name of a business, no doubt a real estate business. Frequently, real estate businesses, in their name, they have agency. In fact, we refer to it as a real estate agency. We refer to the person who works there as a real estate agent. Yeah, so agency, agent, that's very common. All right, good question. All right, Ken, quick shout out and hello. Hi, Ken, welcome.
Yes, hello.
Hello. Christina, let me take it over to you. Can you read this bulletin?
Newly built apartment available soon. Spacious accommodation, fully fitted kitchen, off-road parking, toilet furnished would suit single academic or mature student, and number.
Yeah, never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Newly built. All right. This hyphenated adjective is frequently used for house, building, apartment, any kind of construction of a building. All right, that's common enough. Spacious, of course, lots of room, of course. Please be aware, at least if any of you, I don't know really about England or Australia, but in America, real estate agents lie like you wouldn't believe. When they say a cozy house, they mean that you can stretch out your arms and hit both sides of the house with your arms wide open. There's not enough room to swing a cat. When they use adjectives, you have to understand the adjectives are not the normal adjectives. When they say spacious accommodation, it probably means that you have enough room to take 3 steps. Real estate agents tend to exaggerate like you would not believe. A lot, Mustafa. The only person who exaggerates their adjectives more are politicians and wine sommeliers. Other than that, real estate agents have them beat. Fully fitted kitchen. Christina, what does that mean? Fully
I
fitted.
think I don't really know what is it, but I can expect that it's a kitchen where everything is, and
Yep,
you have there oven and I don't know,
that's it.
corner and something else,
You got it.
table,
All the stuff you
pots.
expect to see in
Yes.
a kitchen. Yeah, cabinets, refrigerator, a stove, at least. I don't know about the table and the chairs, maybe not, but at least the appliances you expect in a kitchen. Yes. Okay, we use the word outfitted. So I can say, oh, the kitchen is outfitted with a refrigerator, dishwashing machine, and a stove. So that's the verb version. Fully fitted, of course, another hyphenated adjective. Off-road parking. Okay, what does that mean?
I think it's some places outside the house where you can park your car.
Yeah, off the road. You don't have to park on the street. If what's the opposite of off-road parking?
Road parking. Maybe
Aha,
on
you would
road.
think so. Yeah, but English is tricky, Christina. No, no one's going to say on-road parking. They don't want you to know that you have to park on the street. Street parking would be the opposite,
Okay.
but
Thank
no
you.
one would say that. They would just say parking available, meaning that you can park on the street. But so they would never tell you, probably in reality. Again, with to let, to rent, furnished or unfurnished. It's really surprising what furnished or unfurnished means in different countries. I've lived in a few different countries. Believe me, the idea of furnished or unfurnished means completely different things. What is a furnished apartment for you, Christina?
I think it's where everything is available to use. It's where you can find bed and TV, for example, kitchen.
Okay, all the furniture and appliances
Yes.
that you may need. Right, and that's what I would think too, and that's what it means in the United States. Here in the Philippines, there's two different things. A furnished apartment simply means that you have kitchen cabinets, and maybe there will be light bulbs when you move in. But there's not going to be any furniture, and there's not even going to be a refrigerator. Totally different meaning. It really doesn't mean much of anything. It means that there is a closet and then there's cabinets, and that's it. Unless it says fully furnished, and then it has everything. So it's a little different. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. Ken, can you read this next bulletin here?
Fully furnished flat available to rent from 1st September. Quiet residential area. 800 pounds.
Yeah, I think so. It's bad writing. I can't tell either, Ken.
Okay.
No worries.
800 something per calendar month.
800. They want 800 sticks per calendar month. I don't know what they want. 800 fish. I don't know. We require 800 fish per calendar month. Just leave the fish on the landlord's steps. Okay, you're good. I don't know. I have no idea. All right. Available to rent or available for rent. You'll see both of those. Very normal. Okay, strong co-location residential area. What does that mean, Ken?
Kind of. It's not in the commercial area. Other houses almost a house or apartment or residential.
Where people live.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. As opposed to, you already gave it to me, a commercial area, of course, obviously is going to have businesses. Okay. Industrial area will have factories and so forth. Okay. Financial district will have banks and tall office buildings. Right. Okay, we're now going to look at emails, people describing their residences. Okay, Anna,
Yes.
go ahead and read, I guess, the first couple sentences.
Okay. Hi, Maeve. Luke and I have just moved into our dream home. It's a big old 4-story house.
Okay. Dream home or dream house? Okay. Anna, do you live in your dream house?
Yes.
Is it like the Barbie dream house? Malibu Barbie dream house?
Yes, it's my dream house, but what happened is nowadays only live on it my husband and I, so it's very big for us.
Ah, okay. So here's a co-location for you, a phrase that you could use in English. You are kicking around in a big house.
Yes.
Exactly
Yes.
your situation where, you know,
Yes.
the kids have left the nest. You're just kicking around. It gives the idea there's a lot of room and a lot of space. You don't really
Yes. In addition, the house, it has a big garden around 335 meters square.
Wow.
So it's difficult for two people who are older to take care the garden and so on. To be honest, I preferred to live in a flat, but nowadays in Spain it's difficult to sell a house because the price are lowered.
Okay. I think Mustafa's interested in being your gardener. You need help with the garden? Mustafa, can you do a little gardening? Get you a job here. There you go. He's cheap. I'm his agent. I only take 10%. Okay. All right. 4-story house, obviously 4 levels. It's a 4-story building. It's a 50-story hotel. It's a 34-story office building. Okay. When we describe a building, like basically from the outside, we describe it as stories. When I ask you if you live in an apartment building, if you live in a 50-story apartment building in the middle of the city, I would ask you, what floor do you live on? Not what story do you live on. Okay, this is an important co-location thing. When we describe the whole building, we use the word stories. When we're talking about individual levels, I live on the 4th floor of a 50-story building, like that. That's important. Okay. Everybody gets confused with that. Oh, okay, thank you. Mustafa, can you take over?
Okay. It's got a spacious living room which has a wonderful view of the park and a cozy study where we can both work.
Okay. I've already mentioned these words, cozy and spacious. We use them to describe accommodations. We do, us mere mortals, and real estate agents as well. Okay, it has a view. Sometimes Mustafa will just say it has a view. Okay. Without even using an adjective. Oh, it has a view. Okay. Meaning, of course, what does that mean? It has a view.
It has a view, the room you mean, or what? Sorry.
Yeah, if I say my apartment has a view.
Mm.
And
Has a
that's
view
all.
maybe on a has a view on street maybe or on a, I don't know, like has a window.
Yeah, that's basically it. That's exactly what I'm getting at. Doesn't mean anything. It means it has a big window. Maybe what you see is the city, maybe you see the ocean, maybe you see the mountains. Who knows? But you can see at least something besides another building, is the idea. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Christina, continuing.
And there are some lovely light, airy bedrooms which overlook the garden.
All right. Light, airy bedrooms. What does that mean?
It's big bedrooms, I think. It's
Airy,
spacious.
yeah. Spacious, right. Another way to say spacious. That's right. There's also, it's implied because it's light and airy, it's implied there's a lot of windows. Both light and airy. So there's a lot of natural light. In fact, we also, when we describe apartments or houses, we often say we describe there's a lot of natural light or there's not much natural light. And that means there's a lot of windows, so yeah. Okay, the bedrooms overlook the garden. So where are the bedrooms?
Have a view of garden, I think.
That's it. That's right. They have a view of the garden. The bedrooms are over the garden.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, Ken, continuing.
Okay. There is a separate basement flat, which might turn into a granny flat for my mother.
Okay. All right. There's a separate basement apartment. Fine. Okay.
Basement flat means the apartment has basement
No, that means the apartment is the basement.
underground.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep. Really.
Maybe it's a small kind of window above the roof, above the.
Yes. I lived in one of these. When I lived in New Orleans, I lived underneath a sorority, a Tulane sorority in New Orleans. And yeah, it was a bedroom flat. It was as big as the house, so it's big, but you're exactly right. The windows are located like just whatever, 12 centimeters, 10 centimeters above the ceiling, and they're quite small.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. So you don't exactly have a view. You have to stand on a chair, and your view is of people's feet as they walk by on the sidewalk. Right. Okay, a granny flat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's the idea there?
Maybe the apartment where my mother lived.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be. It's just a name. You can have your cousin stay there. You can rent it to somebody else. That's the name. It means it's a small, very small apartment, maybe an efficiency or something. Granny flat, that's very British. Americans say a mother-in-law flat, kind of the same idea. Or mother-in-law apartment. Okay.
So mother-in-law means that it's not your how can I say your wife or husband mother.
Well, if you're the man, Ken, then your mother-in-law is your wife's mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
That means the actual mother. I mean the biological mother.
No, not the biological mother. It means the mother that you married. Yeah, right. And it doesn't necessarily mean, because we call it that name, doesn't mean that's the only person who can stay in that apartment. You can, whatever, rent it to whoever. Anna, can you continue?
Yes. Um, and if we want to add an extension, there is room for that too. Add an extension is maybe to build other room in the flat or in the house.
Mm-hmm. Americans would probably never use build an extension. We would say build an addition. All right, that just doesn't really make sense. Oopsie, what happened here? Yeah, it did again, didn't it, Mustafa? Okay. But I've come prepared today. No, I didn't. Okay, time to go to plan B. Just a second. All right. Yes, my PDFs have been freezing up on me. I've had technological problems recently. Technologically challenged. To put it politically correctly, I'm technologically challenged. Okay, one moment. Bear with me. Okay. Usually when this happens, it freezes my entire computer. But okay, I'm going to go to Plan B and take a look at a Microsoft document I have. Keydoke. Okay. Here we go. Okay, if you can still see that. Mustafa, can you read from it needs to be here?
It needs to be completely refurbished. But
Good.
look, and I have always wanted to do up an old house.
Okay. Come and visit. Love, Julia. All right. It needs to be completely refurbished. Okay, completely. Okay, here's an entirely refurbished, completely refurbished, partly refurbished. Any of these would work with the word. What is refurbished?
Newly?
Well, not completely made new, but made like new again. Okay, maybe some holes in the wall have to be repaired. It has to be repainted. Maybe the windowsills need new wood. Okay, like that. So made like new again.
Like doing some maintenance work on it.
Yeah, but of course a high degree and a lot of maintenance work. Yeah, not just one or two little things, like a lot. To make it look like it was new again. Yeah. Okay, and do up. Do up. They want to do up an old house. Okay, they want to make it look really nice again. Mustafa, what else can you do up?
As he said in the definition, like repair. What can I say? Do up. Do up my car, maybe. My old car.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You could do up your car. Doesn't mean necessarily repair, repaint, and decorate a house. Okay, you're looking at the definition, but really the idea is to make it prettier. Okay. For example, a girl, before she goes out on a date, she does up her hair. Okay. She does up her face. She puts makeup on her face. For Christmas holidays, you do up your house. You decorate it. You could do up your car. I did up my car. Look, I put pinstripes. I got amazing paintings of flames coming out of the hood. Woohoo! Wow, you really did up your car. You got giant air scoop, and you've got an airfoil coming off the back. All right, Mustafa, looks like you really did up your car. You decorated it, made it really cool.
I would rather do up my thoughts.
Yeah. Okay. What? You're gonna put racing stripes on your house? Paint giant flames coming out of your kitchen door? That's cool. All right. Let's move on. Okay. Christina, the next one. Hey, Julia.
Okay. Hi, Julia. You're so lucky. I'd like to move out of my awful one-room flat.
Okay, we also already talked about move in and move out. Okay, Christina, go ahead and read the next sentence.
It's in such a dilapidated building. I don't know how to pronounce this word.
Let me help.
Dilapidated.
Let me help you. Dilapidated.
Dilapidated.
Yeah, that's it. Dilapidated. Okay, yeah, the second syllable stress. Dilapidated. Yeah. All right, dilapidated. Can you guess what that might mean? Dilapidated building.
Maybe beautiful.
Exactly the opposite. If it's dilapidated, it means it's falling apart.
Okay.
Okay. We use this about things, not about people. A dilapidated old man. No. Well, maybe. Maybe. It means it's falling apart. If I picture in my mind a dilapidated house, it means that there's a couple broken windows, the shingles have fallen off the roof, the door isn't firmly attached, it's hanging off a hinge, like that. The steps are broken, so you have to jump onto the porch, like that. Kind of maybe a spooky ghost house is dilapidated. Okay. Ken, can you continue?
Okay. From you.
Yeah, from you. Yeah.
You go into a draughty hall, down a chilly corridor, and into this really cramped room.
Sounds terrific. Okay. In this case, the GH is an F sound, so drafty.
A drafty hall.
As a matter of fact, Americans even spell it differently. We actually spell it with an F, drafty. A draft, okay, look at the noun so you get the meaning of the adjective drafty. Do you know what a draft is?
Draft is a kind of exchange.
No.
Baseball.
In baseball. Yeah, the draft. Draft has a lot of meaning. The draft can mean when you're conscripted into the army. Yes, you're right. It can mean when you're conscripted into a baseball team. A draft can be like a rough draft when you're writing. Each draft, each version. A draft can be a version of something. So maybe you're an architect. You make different drafts of what you want the building to look like. That's why they call it drafting. When a architect draws up a building, I guess that's very related to buildings, isn't it? An accommodation. But here, Anna is absolutely correct. It means windy or breezy. But specifically, a draft is a breeze or wind where there is not supposed to be a wind or a breeze. So if you're outside, there's a cool breeze or a gust of wind or it's windy or it's blowy. But a draft is inside. There's not supposed to be wind in your house. Okay. So if you live in a cold place and there's a cold draft in the winter in my house because it's not insulated properly. So a draft happens where there's not supposed to be wind. Okay. Chilly corridor. All right. I don't know. Drafty works with all rooms. Drafty house as a drafty apartment, that works with any accommodation or room in the house. I don't really understand the chilly corridor. That I don't think I've ever heard those two words together. A chilly room or a chilly house, okay. Chilly meaning colder than normal. Not freezing cold, but colder than cool. Ken, what is a cramped room?
Very narrow, small.
Yeah, small room. We have an expression in English for this kind of room, which involves a cat. Do you know it, Ken?
Enough room to swing cat. I see.
Yeah. Not enough room to swing a cat. To swing a cat. There's not enough room to swing a cat in my apartment. Have you seen Fred's new apartment? Yeah, there's not enough room to swing a cat.
Yeah, a lot of such kind of we call it one room apartment. A lot of, especially in the urban areas, they're small.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, Japan's kind of famous for that, having really little apartments like in the big cities. Okay. Let me, before we continue, Christina, a little advice and a little help. If I could request, when you're not speaking, please mute your microphone because it's very easy to pick up any extra sounds if you shuffle papers
but
or...
I can't find a button where I can do it.
Okay, scroll on you, where it says you. Put your mouse over you. You're going to see a little bit of an arrow in the top right corner. If you click on that, you have a drop down or pop up, whatever, drop down, pop up, whatever. And it'll give you options. Mute or unmute, hide or not hide. There you go, you found it clearly. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, and continuing. Anna from I Want to Buy.
Yes. I want to buy a place of my own, but there is a shortage of affordable housing here. I don't want to take out a big mortgage.
Okay, very common phrase, a place of my own. Oh, she's 18 and she wants to get a place of her own. Often we use this talking about young people and getting their first apartment. This is very common collocated phrase. Affordable housing, again, very common collocation. Looking for affordable housing. It's pretty obvious that you can pay and that you can actually afford, that you have enough money for. And also look at the phrasal verb take out a mortgage. Okay, what's a mortgage?
Is the loan you pay to the bank in order to buy a house, a great amount of money.
Yeah, it is.
It's true because there are people that have, for example, 250 euros of mortgage. It isn't my case. I have I don't know how to say that. A much less amount of money. Only 60,000 euros of mortgage. Only.
Okay. Well, you would say a lower or a higher. I have lower mortgage payment or a higher mortgage payment. By the way, mortgage, the T is silent, just mortgage. Yeah, and you have a higher payment or a lower payment. Of course, that has to do with the interest you agreed on and the term. The term is how long. Are you supposed to pay it back in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 15, 25, whatever?
Yes,
Yeah,
10 years, 10 years, more or less.
Great.
Yeah, and the hour.
Okay. The scary thing in a mortgage is not how big it is, Anna. It's when you compare the principal that you pay back compared to the interest. That's when it gets scary. Oh my goodness. I owe $100,000 principal and $800,000 interest. Yeah.
Yes, more or less, I think is what I pay per month is the half, and the half is a rate, and the other half is capital.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it.
We say the principal. You're paying.
Yeah, yes, the principal is the half rate, and the other half principal.
That's good. You must be well along in your payments. Normally, when you get a bank mortgage, you're paying just interest for the first few years at least. That's fairly normal. You don't even start paying the principal until 3, 4, 5 years later. Anyway, yeah, that's normal. Okay, finishing it off, Mustafa.
Okay, teacher. I'd love to see your house. I hope you'll invite me to your housewarming party.
Okay, go ahead and say it. Big hug. Big hug. Okay.
Big hug.
All right, invite me. Okay, well, that's duh. That's an obvious co-location. Invite me to your housewarming party. What's a housewarming party?
Housewarming party when you buy a new house and you want to invite your friends to celebrate your new house, something like that.
Sure. I don't know about other countries really, but Americans have a housewarming party. It's still called a housewarming party, but even if we move into an apartment, whenever we move into a new place to live, it's common to have a housewarming party after you get settled. Do you know what I mean, Mustafa? After you get settled? Do you know what the idea is? Another common co-location, common phrase.
Not sure, like when you live in your new house, I'm not sure.
Or we often say, once you get settled, give me a call and I'll come over for coffee. I'll come visit you in your new house. The idea is, once you get settled, when we say this, after you move in, you've got to unpack your boxes, hang your pictures on the wall, put your books in the bookshelf, all of that. You get settled. You get things to look like somebody lives there. Okay, that's the idea. You arrange your house and put things where you want them and all of that kind of stuff. Okay, other co-locations with home. Christina. Co-locations with home. First sentence. Now the trick is to unmute yourself. Same process in reverse. There you go. Oh, you did it. You had it for a second. There you go. You got it.
Great. She left home to go to university, but moving away from her family made her feel homesick.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Have you ever felt homesick?
Yes, when I moved to another city to go to university, like the person I read about now.
Okay. All right. You feel homesick. You miss home and your family and your friends. Okay. You feel a little bit maybe lonely, a little bit. You just miss
Sad.
things.
Yes.
Sad. Yeah. Strangely, I never felt homesick. Ever.
Like you.
This feeling is alien to me completely. Ken, can you read the next one?
Peter's back from a year abroad. His family is throwing a party to welcome him home.
Okay. Or AKA, also known as a welcome home party. Sure.
Yeah.
In Japan, do you have welcome home parties?
Probably if the person return to such kind of long living abroad, probably it's kind of usually family party. Yeah, it will be held. Yeah.
It's very common for American military personnel when they come home from being in the military for whatever, a year, 2 years. Okay, Mustafa.
Okay. To a guest who's just arrived, come in and make yourself at home while I finish getting dinner ready.
All right, very common.
Relax. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Make yourself at home. Okay. If I was Spanish, oh, too bad Anna left. I could confirm this, or she could tell me I'm wrong. Mi casa es su casa. My house is your house. This is a very common expression in Spanish, which, by the way, many Americans are second language Spanish users, so it's very common to hear that expression in America. Mi casa es su casa. Come in.
Here is also it's common. It's really common.
Yeah, not surprised. Okay. Okay. Christina, next one.
I haven't lived in Oxford for long, but I already feel at home there.
All right. If you feel at home somewhere, what does that mean?
When you feel comfortable.
Exactly.
Or if you live here somewhere for a long time, you feel like at home.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Both of those. Very good. Exactly. Ken, last one.
I'd like to buy a second home near the coast. House used only for weekends, holidays, etc.
Okay. Yes. A second home. Okay. Depends on where the second home is. If it's a real home, it's a second home. If it's a camp, it's a camp. If you're in Russia, it's a dacha. Whatever. There may be different words for it, but a second home. If you own a second home, he's a second home owner. So yeah, another strong co-location. Okay, we're out of time. Hopefully I'll be back very shortly if I can find my way into the class. And we'll hopefully use, if you would like to join me, we're going to be using the vocabulary from this class to talk about, conversation class to talk about